Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Look what I have in front of me today. It's a fragrance that you are going to see everywhere. Possibly not in this form, but you'll probably see this form as well. If you have looked for any sort of fragrance anywhere, you'll have noticed that ADIDAS, they do a lot of fragrances, a lot of fragrances. There's so many different types from this brand of men's fragrances that you can kind of get lost amongst it all. But today I've got this in my hand. It's the ADIDAS Champions League Champions Intense EDP. Alrighty, and it's a 100ml bottle. Doesn't look like a 100ml bottle, but yeah, apparently it's 100ml. So I guess this is a little bit taller. I mean, here's another 100ml bottle, and it is a lot taller and a lot thicker. Must be a lot on the actual glass, on the good old Dolce & Gabbana, the one. But anyway, so 100ml of this stuff here. Now, before I go any further, you've got to understand that ADIDAS have a special place, like a very unique model in the fragrance world, and that is, let's just get a whole bunch of different smells to the market at the cheapest possible price that we can do it. And this is another one of those products. I mean, it is, what are we talking? $15, I think I paid for this. $14.95 at Chemist Warehouse again. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of ADIDAS fragrances around this price. So what do I think about it? Well, I've got a little YouTuber here that I've just watched. Here is this Aussie Marcel. G'day, mate. Loving your quick little reviews. Almost to 1,000 subs, so he's very close to getting monetized and so forth. So anyway, he is the only person who has done a review of this that I have seen. A lot of people have talked about the EDT version of this, which is in a transparent bottle, but Marcel's the only one who's done the EDP, and now I'm about to be the second one. All right, so what can I tell you about this? So I've mentioned this before, but just because this is a sports brand does not mean that this fragrance is all about sports. It's not a gym fragrance. Definitely a very borderline gym fragrance. And that's the first thing we need to know. You guys need to know about this, is that this is not really a sporty gym fragrance. What it actually is a light office. Everyday sort of fragrance that you can just shove on whenever you need something that's not too offensive. But as it dries off, it becomes quite a sweet and quite a pleasant sort of fragrance that hangs around for quite a little while. So in effect, I think this is almost like a date night kind of fragrance in a way. So, and the reason for that is that as it starts to settle on your skin and on your clothes, it does bring out some, like Marcel mentioned, some powdery, sort of slightly musky, but very slight hint of musk, but powdery, sort of floral-y fragrances. And that's the sort of stuff that doesn't belong in a gym, okay? So I don't kind of think ADIDAS, this one here anyway, this EDP, Champions Intense, is for the gym. It's mainly, I think, more of a date night / everyday type wear, where you don't want to be particularly over empowering or noticeable, but just a little hint of sweet muskiness that you can get from this. So that's pretty much where this sits. So I've got a couple of bottles here that I compare it to, and you've seen some of these before if you've seen my videos. Okay, so Dolce & Gabbana, definitely a date night, something very special. 100ml, $85. 100ml, $15. So not in the same league really, and that's a heavy date night EDP perfume. This one, I guess, seductive, $40 for 100ml, so it's getting closer to the price of this, and again leaning a little bit more towards a musky, hanging around for a while, not quite as much as that, but not too bad in a performance, sort of date night type of a fragrance. It's kind of close in terms of, I think, where it sits in terms of how powerful it is and sort of the reactions you might get from this sort of perfume. And the other one here, this is Rogue Man by Rihanna, and I've been using this as my daily. It's just sort of leaning towards date night, but not really. More of a day-to-day casual fragrance, Rogue Man. And I feel that these two are pretty much in the same vein of when you would use this sort of ADIDAS perfume, okay? So it's light day, just casual wear, nothing special, kind of, you know, date night-ish, if I can put it like that. The thing that I've got, all right, so the thing that is very close, the closest thing I've got in terms of the actual fragrance profile to this is the Nautica Voyage N83. This is a little bit more, well, as it says, nautical, so it's got a little bit more of those aquatic sort of notes to it, whereas this one doesn't have those as much, but there is still some aquatic notes for me anyway, I feel, with this particular perfume. And the other one that's a little bit close, and again it's kind of in the same vein, is the Silver Scent Infinite Silver. Now these two are very different smelling, but what you're getting is the sort of the sweeter side of oh, that's shiny, Silver Scent, and the slight muskiness, the slight aquatic elements of this, and then you're getting a little bit of the musky sweetness from these sorts of things here. So that's pretty much it, where it belongs in terms of the profiles here. So yeah, look, the big difference is, the big thing is it's $15 for 100 ml. So you got $85 100 ml, $40 for 100 ml, $50 for 100 ml, and here 15. So it's significantly cheaper and quite nice. All right, so look, if you do come across it, give it a go. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised as a pretty good daily, especially if you're on a budget. I really do like this one. All right, what else am I gonna say? Just quickly about the bottle. Like, I'm a big ADIDAS fan. There's a logo. It's actually got quite a nice little lid. Got the grippy, you can grip it really well. Got the little grip ball things, whatever that. All right, let's flick it off. The vapor, it's quite good. The atomizer, whatever you want to call it, it's quite good. Has not let me down. Doesn't seem to drip a lot. So it's not too bad, eh? Not too bad at all. Yes, and there is that smell, a slight floral edge to it. Maybe a bit citrusy, but definitely not overly citrusy, just a slight citrusy. And then, like I said, on opening, you're going to get that, but as it dries off, it does become a more powdery, musky sort of a longevity to it. I will just talk about longevity as well. I'd say probably one of those sort of 2-hour type perfumes. About 2 hours you'll get out of this, and then it starts to sort of dissipate rather quickly. But a good solid 2 hours, which is going to match something like these two. This is a little bit better. This one's about the same, sort of, not in this ballpark. Okay, so yeah, but everyone, there you go, under 15 bucks. If you can get it for that price, do it. I think you won't have any regrets. All right, that's it, everyone. Channel's growing. I've just started this new channel. Really enjoying just one take, no editing, shoving it up on YouTube and seeing what happens. And I've kind of made a 10-minute video out of this thing. I don't know how, but you know, well, I will say there's a whole bunch of these. And again, ADIDAS is one of those fragrance houses where you can buy a whole bunch and try them out and really get to the nitty gritty of which ones are quite nice. I like this. I really do like it as a daily, and I think I'm really keen on trying some of the other ones as well that they have on offer, and just to see which one is sort of, you know, especially in terms of performance, because, you know, if you're looking for something that's going to last a while and not cost a lot of money. I still haven't quite found something that's going to tick all those boxes and is good value. So like this is close. This $40 one here is close, but just not quite right in terms of the longevity. If it was a little bit closer to that, it would be sweet, but we're not quite there. So this is roughly on par with this and cheaper. Give it a go. All right, that's it. That'll do. All right, everyone. Sub if you haven't already. Bye-bye.